Let's talk about supplier research. Where do we source our products from? Very simply, Alibaba.com. Alibaba is an online commerce company that houses millions of merchants and businesses. If you need 1,000 leg warmers, Alibaba is where you'll find it. It sounds scary, I know, but this step is actually easier than you think. We need to do safety checks. Suppliers need to be gold standard, assessed, and have been trading for at least 3 years. This is just what we do to ensure we're as safe as possible. I'm going to show you how to find products and what steps to do after picking some suppliers you like the look of. Okay, so we're now on Alibaba, and again, we're going to just go with the theme of bike lights. I know I've made it up for this video and I have absolutely no idea if it will be successful or not. It's just a product I saw and I'm going to just go with it to make this video a lot more easy to follow if I just stick to the same products. So we're on Alibaba and we're going to just search simple bike lights. Okay, really simple. And remember the things we have to stick to. We have to stick to certain things: trade assurance, verified supplier. So let's straight away tick these things. Once we've done that, you can see, wow, that is a super cool bike light. It's got a phone mount as well. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. That is really interesting. Anyways, okay, all countries and regions, forget about all of this stuff on the side. Don't overcomplicate this for yourself. Really, you don't have to overcomplicate it. The next thing we wanted to make sure is the supplier was trading for more than 3 years. So you can see over here it says 13 years, 9 years, 6 years, 4 years, 1 year. Don't want to mess with them. Look, I'm sure they're really good. Don't get me wrong, no hate against a supplier that's been trading for 1 year. I want them to know that they have more to lose if they try and screw me over, basically. Because I have had my fair share of interesting stories with suppliers. So what we want to do is we want to basically just create a list of potential suppliers. So you got 1, 2, you want to open them up into tons of different tabs. Oh, look at this, it's easy. That is a good bike light. Okay, and now bear in mind, you've got to factor in the price, you've got to factor in everything. These are always super cheap. Bear in mind, there is a lot more research to do in terms of you want to make sure that there's profit margin. So you do that on Amazon. There's a lot more going into this than what I'm showing you right now. I'm just kind of showing you the core concepts of going through and creating an Amazon business. And this whole process looks a lot easier, but obviously I want you to realize it is more complicated than this. It is slightly more difficult than this. And I'm going to speak more about that at the end of the video. But look, don't be scared about Alibaba. It's a simple website, and don't be worried about getting scammed either, because, you know, especially with trade assurance and you pay through Alibaba, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. I'll be surprised if anything bad happened. So that is pretty much finding a supplier. We've now got to mass message these suppliers. The next steps. Now that you have this huge list of potential suppliers, you want to mass message them, either through the Alibaba chat or through Skype. The first thing to do is to send the opening message. It can look something like this. In our course, we have a whole list of questions you should ask the supplier. Here are the first 5. Shipping. Air versus sea. I especially wanted to talk about this in this presentation just because so many people are nervous about shipping and are unsure on how to do it. So this is probably the most daunting part of the whole process, and actually shipping items from China all the way to your country isn't that difficult. How much does this cost, and what are the logistics, import fees? Well, don't panic. We usually recommend starting with a small test order of maybe 100 items. If you've got a larger budget, then maybe 300 items. And because your items should be small and light, you could send this test order by air. This is much easier and faster than sea. It's usually a lot more expensive, but when the order is small, it doesn't make much difference. You should use any of the big companies like DHL, UPS, TNT, and you shouldn't be paying more than $6 or £6.50 per kilo. You shouldn't have to worry so much about actually shipping. When you speak to your supplier, you should tell them, I want to use DHL, UPS, or TNT, and they will sort it out for you. You shouldn't actually have to go and worry about it yourself. Shipping by sea is a good idea when you start ordering in bulk, 1,000+ items, but seeing as this little slideshow here presentation is more for a beginner, I'm not going to start talking about sea because that's quite an advanced thing that you don't need to worry about. Final product checks. Let's do some deep product analysis. So deep product analysis, what is that? Before deciding concretely on a product to start selling, we need to conduct some deep analysis to see the full potential it has, or lack of. We need to do product review research, the good and the bad. We need to order our biggest and best looking competitors' products so we can really see it in the flesh. And we need to look into all the products and see what we can offer that will bring us above the competition. So a PDF guide or maybe some form of add-on product. Well, now it's time to do that deep diving we were talking about, the deep diving analysis, I like to call it. So what we want to do is let's put in bike light, okay? And this is where a lot of people skip, and it's really important. So we're going to just open. We're not going to worry about the sponsored ones here because, again, they're sponsored. We want to worry about people who have worked their way to the top. So we're going to open, the first 4. Let's just work with 4. So here's the first one. I feel like I've opened this way too many times, all wrong. But anyways, what we want to do here is want to have a look at the good and the bad reviews and have a look at ways we could add value. Now, as well as that, during the product research phase, we'd also look at the listing just to see, this is a really, really good listing. And this is kind of a red flag for me because they know what they're doing. They've got a good title. They've got really good bullets. They've got good images. Do I want to compete with someone that has tried this hard? And as well as that, I feel like everyone else is going to be like that as well. So yes, this is going to be a highly competitive product as well. You can see 3,500 reviews. 1,500 reviews, 1,600 reviews. So this is not a product we would go into, okay? Again, I'm going to continue using this product as an example for this video just because I want to keep this video flowing and I want it to match. But again, this is not a product we would actually go into. So, but back on track here, what we would do is we would look at the reviews. We'd look at the questions and the reviews. We can scroll down and we can see questions, customer questions. We can see what people have asked, what people have answered. The reason customer questions are cool is because we can see what people are asking that they're not getting in the images and description. So now we know how to curate a really good set of images, a really good description, answering customers' specific questions. As well as that, we want to go to the reviews and we want to go straight to the 1-star reviews and the 5-star reviews. The reason for this is we want to know what the customer is doing right. We want to know what the customer is doing wrong. And that way we can see how we can be better and how we can compete. And lastly, we want to figure out how we can add value. So we can see what this person's got going with their listing, what they're adding on, what their product is, and we want to find out how we can add value. So we could definitely add certain extra things. We can add maybe a bike carrying thing for the water bottle or a bike water bottle. There's so many different things we can add to, or a bike toolkit, right? Just like an extra add-on. Why not? Okay, it won't cost you very much sourcing it. It will allow you to charge a bit more. I mean, they're charging £23 anyway, so their profit margin is going to be huge. But just adding on these little things will make your life so much easier when it comes to competing. So let's talk about the costs involved now. Cost breakdown, you've got Seller Central costs, Amazon selling fees, picking and packing fees, inventory storage fees, import fees if you're shipping from abroad, inventory costs, shipping costs, packaging costs, and potential ad costs. This is a lot of different costs. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this is crazy. There's so many costs involved, but don't worry. It's really not that bad. And I'm actually going to be bringing out videos going into each individual cost and telling you exactly how much they are. So listing on Amazon. It might be time to list your product at this point. If you found it, you've got a supplier and you've ordered, you might not be here yet, but if you found a product and you're ready to order it, it's time to make a listing. This is where you can check if you're eligible to sell in that category. This is a very important step because you don't want to sell a product that you're not eligible to sell, especially after you've ordered it. There are so many people I know that have ordered a product and then realized they're not eligible to sell that product. First, we need to create a Seller Central account in our chosen country, of course, and then we need to create a listing. Creating an account, this can be quite complicated and you may need to have a registered business, a bank account and a credit card in order to do this. For some reason, some people find it a lot harder than others and I'm not entirely sure why. I would recommend going for a pro selling account as the fees are lower down the line and it's more scalable for the type of products we aim to shift. When creating your account, make sure you put in all the relevant information they're asking for. You don't want to get your account closed down the line. That's a huge headache to sort out. So let's quickly create a listing. So signing up for Amazon Seller Central is quite straightforward. You'd go to literally sellercentral.amazon.co.uk or if you're in America.com, sign up. It's £25 excluding VAT per month, which may sound like a lot of money, but I mean, hopefully you're making more than £25 a month from this. Don't sign up for Amazon straight away. And this is a little tip. Sign up for Amazon after you've done product research and actually found suppliers. Then sign up for Amazon. And you want to then check you can actually list that product in that category. You want to make sure that you have access to do that. But that product research phase and supply research phase could take you a month or two, and that could potentially be £50 of money saved. And likewise, you can go to sellercentral.amazon.com, and it's $39 a month with selling fees. I feel like it's a bit more in America, which is kind of unfair, but whatever. Once you've signed up, you can create a listing. Let me quickly show you how to do that. So you would want to go into inventory and manage inventory. And by the way, I'm not sure if I'm going to, but if anything's blurred out, it's just because, we don't want to share all of our products. But if it's not blurred out, I clearly didn't care very much. What you want to then go and do is you want to create a new product. So add a product right over here. Okay, just click add a product, and it will take you into this page where you can put the product name in, or you can click I'm adding a product not sold on Amazon. Okay, so let's find your product in Amazon's catalog. So let's search bike light. Click that, and it will show you a whole bunch of different bike lights. Now, you're obviously selling a brand new bike light with your own branding, so you want to click create new listing. However, this is where you will see if you're allowed to sell. So here you can see apply to sell, show limitations, and show variations, show limitations. So let's have a look. Collectible, refurbished, used condition. You are not approved to list this product, and we are not accepting applications at this time. But this is for collectibles, refurbished, and used condition. If we want to create a brand new listing, it should be absolutely fine. And you can see there's a little padlock there. You shouldn't have to worry about that. So let's search a category, bike lights. Okay, let's search for that. We've got 3 matching products. We've got sports and outdoors, cycling, lights and reflectors, sports, outdoors, cycling, lights, reflectors, headlight. Okay, so let's go select category. Okay. And it's simple as that. You've got to put the product ID in. You've got to put the, so here you've got all these different types of things. We're going to do a UPC. And there are a few different things you have to know about this. You've got UPC and you've got FNSKU. Don't get confused about the two. FNSKU is the little barcode that goes on every single product that goes into Amazon's warehouses. It's how Amazon track their products. A UPC is for the back end on Amazon Seller Central, okay? Each product will have its own, when I say product, I mean each, so if you've got bike light and then you also sell a wallet like that, each product will have its own UPC, and you have got to make sure you get verified UPC codes, and you can do that in Barcode Mania. It's called a GS1 UPC, okay, and you'll put that in there. You'll put the title, the manufacturer, the brand name, okay, and you'll basically go through variations. You don't want any variations, and then the actual offer, the price, and you'll save and finish. I don't have any of this information here, so I'm not going to go through and create a listing, but it's very, very straightforward, okay. And you might find that as soon as you create your listing, it gets restricted, and Amazon email you saying you can't sell it. That shouldn't happen with a product like bike lights, and that shouldn't happen with many products, especially if you've gone through and you've seen that there are no limitations and you can sell in this category. There's no little padlock or anything like that. Now, I do want to say just another quick point on the UPC and the FNSKU. This can be quite a complicated topic, and a lot of people get confused by it, which is why we have specific videos in our course. Now, I've clearly dumbed down this product creation section here. There is a lot more to it, and like creating the images, the title, the bullets, all of that kind of stuff, what you should put where. But again, this was more of a basic tutorial into the Amazon FBA world. If it was going to be a super in-depth, crazy training, it would be many hours long, literally many hours. I mean, our course is 15+ hours, so it would be many hours long. And that's not really what this video is for. This video is kind of just to introduce you into Amazon and to kind of show you a bit about it and see if you're interested just slightly in Amazon. And if you are, then maybe give it a go.